Hey, everyone. This is Ashley J, and we are on the Love Experience Show. Welcome back for another amazing episode. I'm so glad that you guys are with me. Um, one, I want to get through these house cleaning rules real quick. So, you guys know how we do the show. I like for us to be interactive. So, go ahead, put in your comments, your questions, all of that great stuff in the chat. I'll be able to see them. I want to hear from you during our discussion tonight. And two, so I'm looking for people. I need people to join the Love Experience Show. I need some guests to interview. And you could be married, you can be single. If you're a couple, come on as a couple. If you're not a couple, it's okay. You could come on as an individual, whatever the case may be. I am looking for people. I need to hear what your love experiences are, and my audience needs to hear it too. So please DM me, email me, message me some type of way and tell me that you want to be part of the Love Experience Show. I'm going to connect with you. We'll pick a Thursday. You already know what time it is, 8 o'clock. And we'll schedule you, put you on the schedule. But I need you guys to go ahead and get on the Love Experience Show. I need some guests so we could keep this thing moving, okay? The other thing, I'm trying to keep up with everything I got to tell y'all. The other thing is, if you are interested in being part of the Love Experience, no, I'm sorry. If you want to have your Love Experience gear, go to my store. It's ashleyj.com. Go on to the store, get the merch, and order your gear. I got good stuff. Y'all need this stuff. You're a fan of the show, so now why not rock the gear for the show? Okay. And then it's in a variety of sizes, and you all should be able to fit it. If not, let me know and I could get you a size that will work for you. Okay. And also, if you are a fan, no, I'm not even going to say if. Since you are a fan of the Love Experience Show, join me on Clubhouse every Saturday at 1 p.m. for the Love Experience. I don't have the show on there. It's just the Love Experience because we talk about having relationships God's way on Clubhouse. That's my room. That's my club, the Love Experience. Okay. I think I got everything out the way. Stop right now. Share this video with a bunch of people so we could get a good audience on here. I told y'all to invite 5 people tonight, so I need to see these numbers coming up, okay? Okay, so now for the show. Today, we are doing something a little different. I am not the interviewer today. I am the interviewee. That is right. You guys are going to see me being interviewed tonight. I am going to discuss whatever the questions are. And the person who is the interviewer is my mother, Leslie. Come on screen, Leslie. Let the people see you. She is going to be the one that's doing the interview for me.
Hey.
She's going to be interviewing me tonight. And I just want y'all to buckle up because we are going to have a discussion, I believe. Okay. So, Leslie, you want to say anything? Introduce yourself, all that great stuff.
Well, I think you introduced me, but can I say hello to everybody? Welcome to the Love Experience. You know what? Because Adrian backed out, I have the opportunity to interview my daughter. I'm always telling her, she's always says, I'm looking for songs. So I'm right here. I'm right here. Well, guess what? I'm here tonight, and we're going to enjoy ourselves as we go about this interview. And I just want
Yeah.
to thank you, Ashley, for Giving your mama the opportunity to interview you, girl.
Thank you for being able to interview me. How about that? Um, Jasmine said, "You look fabulous, mommy." Hey, Aunt Linda.
Thank you. That's my other
Okay.
daughter.
So, all right, let's kick this thing off, Ma. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Oh, so you just want to get into it. So
Yes.
first, I want to say, as I was looking at your title as a therapist, and that you're a master therapist, I was like, "Oh, go ahead, girl. You a master therapist." And
It's
I'm
master
just so,
level.
huh?
Master level therapist. That
Is
means
that
I
what
got
it
my
is? That's
master's
all right.
degree.
I That's not on there. It says master
I
therapist.
know.
So I want you to know how proud I am of you, through your ups and your downs, but you're still here, and I'm
Thank you.
excited about that, and I'm glad to help whatever way I can. So let's just start off with the first question. Last year, this time you had the show going,
Hmm.
and all of a sudden you stopped. So why did you end the Love Experience show so abruptly?
Great question. Okay, so as you guys, some of you have been following me. Um, I, we were going strong with the love experience. I was booked out for months. It was amazing. And then all of a sudden, I had to stop it all. I had to stop it all because the person that I was working for at that time, he decided to tell me that I could no longer work for him and have my show. So it was, it was very disappointing. Like when I tell you guys I was so upset, I was angry, extremely angry. There was I had a wide range of emotions. And what made me the most upset was the fact that he knew about my business. It wasn't just the show that stopped. I had to stop everything completely. The whole shebang. All of It's Ashley J's had to come to a screeching halt. Because he had some people in his ear telling him that I couldn't have my show, I couldn't have my business and doing the things that I do in my business, and he was listening to them. And my business was not hidden from him. At the inception of the business, the year prior, he knew about it. I discussed what my business was with him, and he was okay with it. And all of a sudden, one day, it was this time last year. One day, I had a meeting with him, and in the meeting, he just started off with, "Yeah, so you're going to have to stop everything in your business," and expected me to be okay with that. That was the crazy thing. He expected me to be okay with having my momentum because I was okay, let me tell y'all. Some of you have been following me for a while, but for those of you who have not, I was doing my thing. People were recognizing me. People were seeing the work that I was putting in. Everything was going great. I was writing for an international magazine. Um, I was had the show going. I had my pack. I had everything going. So everything just stopped. And I was heartbroken because this is my baby. My business is my other child. Okay, I have two, but my business is the last one. Okay, and it was like somebody took my child from me, and I could no longer nurture the thing that I really love to do. Like this is my lane. Um, I love this. I love interacting with you guys like this. Like this is it. Like for real, for real. After last episode, shout out to Jasmine Dash. After last episode, I felt like I came alive again. Like I was starting to do things, get back into my groove. But when I did this show, it took me to another level, a level that I felt like I was still missing, and I came back to life. So yeah, I think I answered the question.
So
And
before,
let me just say, hey everybody. I see
right,
you guys.
and your husband with his squirrels, talking about he
Yes.
was mad because you didn't give him no squirrel soup. So, so hello to everybody. We are so excited that you're here. Now, let me just ask you one question about this. And my question to you is, what did you learn, or what eh, transpired within you since that took place? There's
You
always
want
a
me to
learning. There's always a learning experience in whatever you go through. There's something that helps develop you, something that helps mature you, or something you learn that you would not do differently, or you would do differently that you experience. So what, just throw something out there that helped you along the way, encouraged you, made you feel, um, how about even better about yourself?
Okay. So let me go back. So, like I told you guys, after that happened, I was very angry. And I also experienced some depression behind it because it was like I was being muzzled. I couldn't use the voice that God gave me. And it really messed me up, honestly. And it took a while for me to learn the lesson because I hands down did not see what the lesson was. But as I sit back and think about it, one thing that comes to me is the fact that, sometimes we're in situations, and when those situations start to you begin to outgrow those situations. And sometimes you're trying to make a good some what make a try to make things work for longer than you're supposed to, and God will snatch it up from underneath you. He'll remove you from that situation. That's the one thing. I was already getting frustrated and irritated. I was starting to just feel like I was becoming trapped. And because of that, you know, I was starting to look for different jobs. I actually got hired for another job. But the funny thing is, I couldn't start that job. Things kept happening um at this job that I was supposed to be starting. Things kept happening that kept me from starting this new job. Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
Um
So wait, let me. That's a good point right there. Um, Sometimes God would put us in a position that He's trying to grow us,
yeah.
and we're trying to push past that to go to the next place. And
Mhm.
God will stop it because there's an experience for you to learn. And you could not come back and start in a depressed state.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
so there had to be some healing that took place in you in order for you to go to the next place. And from what I see here on the chat, you do have a client. Someone said TT
I
needs
I
therapy.
see. I see.
So let
I
me ask
see.
you this next question. And you know,
Well, I wasn't done with the
one of
last
these
thing.
things, let me say this. This is one of the things that is interesting with me and Ashley, because I ask her a question and it takes her 100 years to answer the question. I'm gonna let her finish answering this
It's my
question. But
show.
by the time she gets halfway through the question, I'm ready to move on to another question. So I'm sorry. Go ahead and finish your question.
This is my show. I thought, but
I'm
okay.
the, I'm the interviewer.
So the other thing that I learned was I had to learn how to trust God. That was something, and it's a continuous lesson that I have, but I had
Always.
to learn how to trust God because I was doing things in my own way. I was like, look, I'm going to get this other job so I can make him kiss my foot, and that's it. Like, I don't care. He's going to be done. But God was like, no, that's not what's going to happen.
That's
And
right.
he slowed this process all the way down. So yeah, I had to learn how to trust God and have patience.
That's right. And that stops us a lot of times from getting to the next step because we're so anxious to make things happen that we slow up the process. So let me ask you this question. What has happened since your last episode for your show, your last show episode? What has happened?
Oh boy. So as I said, I've been gradually getting back into things. I stopped working for that person in November. Um right before I stopped working with him, I was doing things covertly. And the things that I was doing, I was part of an anthology. That was, I think that was the first thing that kicked this whole me getting back into it off. I was in an anthology. I have a chapter in the book, uh Confident Women Rise, and my chapter, I'm drawing a blank right now. I cannot remember the name of my chapter. That's terrible. But I have a chapter in the book. Believe that, y'all. So I was able to start telling a story that was not really told before.
You are not
And
alone.
thank you. You're not alone. I was able to tell a story that was not able to be told before, um, because it's a sensitive subject. It's a sensitive situation that my family and I went through. So that started everything off. And then after I wrote that chapter, my fingers started to get itchy. And what I mean by that is I got the bug to start writing some more. And I did. I'm right now I'm working on my book. And what else am I doing? So what else happened after that? Then I connected with some lovely ladies. One of them is watching right now, Miss Jasmine Dash. I connected with her on Clubhouse. And before getting on Clubhouse this time, I was told you gotta get on Clubhouse. You gotta get on Clubhouse. It's gonna open up your business for you. It's gonna do this. It's gonna do that. And I was like, well, I can't get on Clubhouse because it wasn't available for Android. Yes, I have an Android. It was not available for Android just yet, and I had to wait. So then, when it finally became available for Android, I went ahead and joined. And I don't even remember how I came across Jasmine's room or anything. But yes, Aunt Linda, I forgot to say that we are best-selling authors, by the way. Okay. But Jasmine and I connected, and I started going into her room, listening to her and everything. And then after connecting with Jasmine, I also connected with Jessica. Jessica was supposed to be on tonight, but she had another obligation. So that is why we ended up doing this interview. And the way this interview worked out was just literally God, because if you've been following me this week on any of my social media, um, I have been vulnerable this week. I did a live like maybe a year or two ago, and I it was a very like it was raw. That live was raw. So following what God told me, he told me to take clips of that live and post it all week long. And today's video was about the time that I was this close to attempting suicide. And I that is that once I did that live, I didn't think about it anymore. But I was being obedient. And then came um the fact that I had to do this interview, when Jessica told me she couldn't do the interview, immediately I heard God say, "You're going to do the interview. You're going to be interviewed this week." And I'm like, "What?" And that's what's happening now. So that's how we're here. Okay. So the other thing I forgot to mention was in December of last year, right? Not long after I left the other job, I was doing these interviews. I don't even know how many job interviews I had, but I was going on interview after interview after interview, and they weren't working out. Then I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. And this job listing popped up one day. And on that job listing, I was reading the company's description and everything. And I was like, this job sounds like the job that I had originally got hired for. I was like, this job sounds like that job, just on a smaller scale. So I applied for the job. I didn't know what was going to happen, but I applied, got the interview. They liked me, they loved me. But what they didn't like was my note taking skills. If you know anything about therapy, we take notes, but there's a certain format that people use to take notes. I did not have that format. I just wrote down stuff that I felt like was important because I was not trained that well in that area. So I didn't get the job. And then I was trying very hard to not go with this community-based job where I would be going into people's homes. We were in COVID and all of that great stuff. And I'm not trying to go to people's houses. So I went for orientation, got hired by that job, went for orientation. I was dragging my feet the entire time, but God was using Tariq to tell me, go ahead and just go through with it. So that day after I came home from the orientation of that job, the job that passed me up reached out to me and asked if I was still available and if I was still interested in working with them. And I didn't want to seem like I was too hyped at first, but I was hyped. And they gave me the job. They offered me the job, and that's where I'm working now. It's a wonderful work environment. First of all, because I'm in my own environment, and my supervisor, she's really sweet and patient, and the best supervisor I could ask for right now. So that's what's been happening. Did I skip anything? I did start my own clubhouse room in January. So I'm like on Clubhouse for real now, like every Saturday at 1 p.m. Go ahead to the Clubhouse and join the Love Experience, not the Love Experience show, just the Love Experience, where we talk about having relationships God's way every Saturday at 1 p.m.
So let me put a plug in here. If you have not gotten your book yet, The Confident, where's my camera?
Oh Lord.
Sorry, trying to get it out the light. The Confident Women Rise. Get your copy. Go to it's Ashley J's and get your copy. So one of the things that I will also add in there is your growth that in your experience you have had with God through this process, and how much you have grown with God through the process. So I think that above everything, that is one of the most important things, is that you have really grown in God. I see the difference. I see it wasn't that you didn't have devotion and time with God, but I just see a great growth. And to me, to me, that's one of the most important things. And as long as you keep God in front of you, and you will continually grow, not just in Him, but in what you're doing. I'm excited because, and I'm going to go on, but we're in a year of a fast, speedy movement. God is moving quickly. So just expect to move quickly. So my next question is,
Well, I want to respond to that. Excuse me. Um, what I'll say about my growth
2 minutes.
is what I'll say about my growth with God is the difference is I learned to fully trust him. Right before I started to grow, I asked my mother a question about what it's like to fully trust God. I don't know if you remember that conversation, but I asked her about that. And it was just like she gave me the answer, and then all of a sudden I just went through my own experience of what it's like to trust God. And in that trust was being radically obedient, which was one of my prayers and something that I have on my list of things that I'm believing God for, to be radically obedient. And because I've been radically obedient, I have been blooming in God in a way that I've never bloomed before. There was always hesitation on my part. Oh, I can't believe God too much, or I can't walk into God too much because I got this identity that I need to hold on to. I got to be able to relate to this person. But this stage of the game, I don't care anymore. Y'all take me if you want, or you can leave me. It doesn't matter. I'm with God.
How many minutes she got, Adrian?
Anyway.
And what have I grown, Tariq? I learned how to make Crisco. Okay, so that's how I've grown. Uh, how are you going to handle obstacles that come up regarding the show?
So the way I'm gonna handle obstacles in the future, there will be no obstacles as far as I'm concerned. Now, I'm not being naive. What I'm saying is, um, nobody is going to be able to stop this train that I'm on. Nobody is going to be able to stop the movement that God has me in. Um, so the obstacles, they'll come, but I'm not going to let them defeat me. But that's how I'm gonna handle them. I'm gonna give him to God, and I'm gonna listen to what he wants me to do, and I'm going to do it.
Yes, and when I think about that also, that is also a part of growth and maturity. When you get to a place, because when you're in ministry and that's what you're in, obstacles will come, things will come, but you have to be strong enough to know that what you're doing is more important than what you're going through. Now, we're doing a class right now in AJ 365, and it's radical obedience. And in that radical obedience, one of the things we was asked was, what's in your hand? So you have expressed to us what God has put in your hand. And now that you know for sure, without a shadow of a doubt, not that you didn't always know it, but now that you know that you have to go around the curb, you have to go over the obstacles, that you have to tread, even when people say things about you, when people try to tear you down, you still have to press and mark. And one of the things that Paul talks about, he said, I press towards the mark. Went through so many obstacles trying to get to that mark. And even in the midst of it, you've got to stay focused. So you know what? When the chatter comes, you got to keep going. And when people say negative things, you got to keep going, because you have to know, and I know you do, within your heart, that what you're doing is what God has called you to do. So it's very important that you stay in that lane. It's one thing to say it, but when those obstacles come, what will you really do? That's the question. What's
Oh well.
going to happen when the obstacles really come? Now, you've been through some obstacles. You've been through obstacles with your job, that particular job. You've been through obstacles with your health. Let's talk about your health for a minute. Through that period, what was your health like through that period?
So I think when I attempted to start the show back up again. I talked about how my health was my body was fighting against me, and It's most definitely was the stress. It was most definitely the depression, like all of that caused my body to fight against me. And then going to the doctor and finding out that actually what you've been diagnosed with 6 years ago is not accurate and you've been diagnosed with something else. Psoriatic arthritis and granuloma annulare, like two autoimmune diseases in the midst of COVID, mind you. All of that was swirling around in my head. And that kind of made me put things on the back burner too, because I had to get myself together. I wasn't going to be able to keep going at the same rate and pace that I was going unless it unless something changed. So I had to get it together. Now, if I do have a flare up, I can feel when my body wants to try to act up. I speak directly to my body, first of all. And second of all, if it does come, it is not hardly as severe as it was before. I'm still able to function. And what the diseases that I was diagnosed with were called are psoriatic arthritis and granuloma annulare.
Oh, we finished. So, master therapist, do you think the pandemic had anything to push you forward to get started again?
Well, my business was actually Adrian, please. My business was actually birthed in the pandemic. And I was, it helped push me. Now once it stopped, um I don't know. I don't know how to answer that once it stopped and now that I'm picking it up again, cuz now people are starting to get out. And it it's I mean, I'm still doing it. I don't know how to answer your question.
So, first of all, your husband should have been doing this interview like you asked him, because he got a whole lot of questions coming up in this chat here. So, well, you answered it. This pandemic, in so many ways, was sad, so many loss, but
I
there were
lost my
so many
grandma.
gains at the same time. There were so many people that was pushed to the next level in whatever they were doing, that they God used the pandemic, and he used Clubhouse. I know all kind of stuff is on there, but so many people was free to do what they were supposed to do, um, was supposed to do when Clubhouse came aboard.
Yeah.
You had people coming out of the woodworks. You know, it was like it caused them to live again. A lot of people were in a dead space. A lot of people was in a space of um, they were stagnated, and they didn't know where to go or how to go or what to do. So here comes along Clubhouse. Clubhouse gave so many people life again. It gave them something to look forward to, you
It
know.
gave them
So
hope.
it Clubhouse was a plus, you know. Very soon they're coming. Clubhouse is not, but they're getting ready to come out with another social media altogether. But I'm just saying that God used it, the pandemic at the same time, to push people to the next place where they needed to go. So I would say that Clubhouse was is good for you now that you started, and you got to keep going. You can't look at the numbers. You just got to keep going. The numbers will build, as you become more confident, as you begin to really, what's going to happen, you're going to even begin to blossom even more. And TikTok saved a whole lot of people too. I don't mess with TikTok, but it saved a whole lot of people too, Tariq.
I gotta get my TikTok game back up.
Yeah, but and all those things, if we use them for the right um, thing, if we use them for the right principle, we use them, and I can't think of the word I'm trying to figure out, but if we use it correctly, we can actually benefit from it.
Yeah.
Now, after a while, things are going to be opening up, and people are going to be looking for people to come and do conferences, do women's workshops. People will reach out to you. So keep going. Not just you, anybody, Jasmine, anyone else that's on Clubhouse or doing what you're supposed to be doing. Don't stop. Don't quit. Don't give up. Just keep going because you will see the fruits of it. So, um, how long is this show?
Why, you ready to go to bed?
No, I'm just making sure I'm,
I will let you know if you're going too long.
where do you see the Love Experience show going in the future?
Woo! So y'all ready for this? So the Love Experience show, okay. The Love Experience is going to be on TV. I'm just letting y'all know that right now. The Love Experience show is going to be on either cable TV or network TV. I don't know
And
which one.
I'm gonna be a co-host.
I keep seeing on popping up like Love Experience is going places, okay? So that's the main thing, the Love Experience show. And then it's going to morph into another dream, another um avenue that God has given me that I'm not going to tell y'all what it is just yet, but it's going to be good. It's going to be for the singles. I'll say that. So it's going to be the Love Experience. When I tell y'all that the Love Experience show is a movement, I'm not playing. This is what God has given me and showed me that this is a movement. This is what people need. And I just need the Love Experience to catch on so that everybody who is supposed to be a part and experience it will. Okay. Um the WW, okay. So that is where the Love Experience show is going. And who knows what else God is going to show me in the future about the Love Experience show. But those are the two things that I know is going to happen with the Love Experience show. And in order for that to get to the next level, to network TV or cable TV, I need y'all to join the Love Experience show as a guest. Let me know people that you think would be great on the show, and I will reach out to them. You can DM me, whatever you need to do to let me know. Just let me know who you think would be a great guest on the Love Experience show, couples or singles, or if you're a couple and you it's only one of you that can come on, that's cool too. I need people. I need to book this show out, y'all. I'm trying to book it out until June. So I need you guys to let me get into the game and spread it. That's why I'm telling you to share, 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 share the show, subscribe to the channel, and send some videos to um to people so that they know what you're talking about. Okay.
So somebody said nominate somebody, and I was just getting ready to nominate that person that said nominate somebody because I have not seen her on the show yet. So
She was on
Jamia,
last week.
your sister-in-law, is that Jasmine or your sister-in-law?
That's
Jasmine.
Jasmine.
Oh, I'm sorry. You know who I thought that was? I thought that was
Jamia,
Jamia. Yeah.
can you
So
put
I'm
your
gonna.
glasses on?
Yeah, I know. So I'm sorry, Jasmine. But yes, I'm going to reach out to Jamia and April. We don't want to just book it to June. We want to book it for the year.
Yeah.
You want to begin to book your show for the year. So um,
While she's thinking, if you guys have any questions or comments other than the comments that you have been putting in the chat, go ahead and hit the chat with your questions or comments, whatever you may have, so that we can answer, or not me, so I can answer
not to read. So, does anybody have any questions?
Are
How
those all the
about
questions?
how about this? How about this? What would you like to see on the show? What is type? Put it in the chat. Some of the things you would like to see featured on the show, featured even on Clubhouse. That would be a good thing. Some ideas of what shows should be done on. I do have a question. Um, my question is, what made you want to go in this field? From what age did you just, because we know you went through a couple of cycles there of what you wanted to do. What made you really pinpoint this as far as wanting to be a counselor, wanting to um, be a relationship coach? Um,
Okay, so being a therapist is not foreign to me. I actually knew back when I was in high school that I was going to be a therapist. But what happened was I was trying to run from that because that was the calling on my life. So because I was trying to run from that, I was going to all of these different things that that I have the capability of doing, but it was not exactly the right fit. Now, I have um another business that is not technically legal just yet, but it's another entity that I have that's called it's called That Too.
oh, I was
And
getting ready to say,
that
what you selling
business,
drugs or something? You talking about it ain't legal?
because it's not registered. How about that? That
Thank
too
you.
is my business that incorporates all of those other things, those other skills that I have, like event planning, like interior decorating, like building websites. All of that stuff is in another business, but this business is Ashley J's. This right here is my main business.
It's your heart.
And it's my heart. Becoming a relationship coach kind of came with the territory. As I started reading more and following more people, I just started seeing relationship coaches. I'm like, I didn't even know that was a thing, first of all. And date coaches and stuff like that. So I'm like, well, I could do that. I could do that, and I don't have to be licensed to do that. So that's how the relationship coaching came into play. Um, it was birth that part was birthed during the pandemic.
So I do have an idea. Well, you kind of do it on Clubhouse, but I think that you should have a show with a group of women, and you like a
Round table
couch,
talk.
yeah, table talk. Sit on the couch and let's talk about it. Do an episode like that. Now, I told you the other day that I thought that Jasmine needed to do a part two. So Jasmine, I'm still throwing that out there. I think that you need to do a part two. I see your aunt says single men. Uh,
Yeah. So let me say this. Jasmine and I, we already talked about that. Her coming back. And then as far as the single men, I have this idea that I need to actually start working on and making it a reality. um Having a what is it called, a forum, is that what I want to use? But having something where I have just all single men, or I have all single women, and then I have a mixture. Having that stuff for the show is an idea that I have. So if you want to be on the panel, that's the word I want to use. Panel discussions. If you want to be part of a panel discussion, let me know so I could get that part of the show rolling. Because I feel like that's going to be important and some eye-opening conversations for people.
so I did ask Alfreda to come on your show. She's thinking about it, but I think that
Okay.
that a part of your panel should be your two aunts. I think to make it balance out. Look, now I'm telling you how to do your show,
You
but
sure
one
are,
of
but
the
what two
other
aunts are you talking about? Because I got more than two.
um, really you could do three, but I was talking about your two married aunts. Well, you got three married aunts, so um, yeah, get them in there, get them involved, so that I think that it'll bring a wholesome balance to what you're doing. I just keep seeing that. I just keep seeing that. But you do need to do a show not just for single men. You need to get some married men together um, as well and do a forum with them or have a platform where they can come on and share, so you have a balance of how women feel and how men feel, so you can bring that together and cause it. Yes, really, we talked about it. Bring that together and cause I think that that will help. It would be a part of a mending process that would take place. I believe that when we do both sides of the fence, you do the men's side and the women's side, you get a better, clear understanding of how they both think. There's a book I have, and it's a Christian book, but Steve Harvey has the same title, and it's called "Think Like a Man, Think Like a Woman." And a pastor had taken and made two books. One was on the men, about what the men and how the men feel, and the other one was on how the women feel. The marriages, and you're working on it, need healing, but we can't heal one side without healing the other side. So we have to do both um, of the fence. And with your next portion of your book, your book that you're doing now, I would take that book and also do a table talk with that. So that's just some of my suggestions, that you take your next book and do a table talk with it, because um, it'll bring healing. There's a lot of hurting young people out here that don't have answers, and we as the people of God have to have answers for them. They grow up and they make the same mistakes we make. Why? Because there's no structure. They're not being taught, and they don't know. They have no leadership. They just don't know how to do things. So they go into relationships blindly, just like we did, and things happen. So that's just some of my suggestions.
Well, thank you for your suggestions. One thing I want to say regarding that, um, I was just asked to contribute to another magazine, New Being Queen. And issue that I'm in will be out in April. I believe that's what she said. I'll double check. But that the topic that I discussed was queens dating and single. And that topic was close to my heart because, that's my course for one, boss up queens, and two, it is it's something that I know that is needed and God has placed me here at this time to do. So look out for that magazine. It's New Being Queen. Like I just turned my article in today, and they're looking for more people. So yes, so I want to hit these comments real quick. If you guys, I know I said
Thank you,
if you had
Brittany.
questions, go ahead and and ask them. But shout out to everybody that is here today watching the Love Experience. Y'all better come back next week in full force and for real invite 5 people. I want each one of you to invite 5 people. So good evening to my Aunt Linda. I think I said hi to you as already. Jasmine, Aunt Colleen said hello, my beautiful niece, and oh, my sister. Look at my sister. She's gorgeous. Ida, hey, uh, other sexy lady, because she said, "Hey, sexy ladies, how y'all doing?" Shout out to my husband, the MVP tonight. Got my baby, taking care of my baby, and focusing on his wife on her interview. Thank you, honey. I love you. Who else I want to see? Let's see. Hey, Yancine, I don't know if you're still here. Hey, Miss Alfreda, I'm trying to go through these. There's a lot of comments, y'all, so I'm trying to scroll through them. Yes, Jasmine, I am a storyteller. I like to paint the picture. They can't stand it, but that's just me. Alkaline said, "It's my show, and I'll talk if I want to." Um, oh, I was talking about when I wrote when I said I was writing my chapter, I got my fingers started itching because I needed to keep writing. Jasmine says she's team iPhone all day. LOL, but glad you joined with your droid. Alkaline said power to the people, Android. Let's see. Tariq's comment was, "And how much you grown in Crisco?" And Adrian said that is so true. He is moving quickly. Talking about God. They got these comments in here about how long I can talk. Let's see. Opportunities for growth. Everybody, like every day, you should have you should grow in some type of way every single day. Nobody stays the same as they were 5 years ago, but every day you should take something and grow in that area every single day. You can never stop growing. Let's see. Choo choo, get out the way. Here comes Express Ashley. What does your body say when you speak to it? My body says, I'll listen for the moment. Let's see. TikTok. I got some videos on TikTok, y'all. I'm gonna get back to my TikTok game. I always forget to post a TikTok. Keep going. This is blessing the people. Thank you. Miss Alfreda said Ashley is no joke. I am not anymore. I'm not playing. The show is going to be on the WWE network. Let's see. That's right. Speaking in the atmosphere, claim it. You have what you say. Nominate someone. Yes, y'all. Come on. Let me know who you think will be on the show. A matter of fact, y'all need to be on the show. How about that? Got a question. Can we see feature on Roadkill starring Bill Black? That will be your own show.
Don't.
Lord. Okay.
But the last question, Tariq said, this kind of sounds pretty good.
Okay, I'm getting there. How do you feel about the shoot your shot rooms? The shoot your shot rooms, I will not speak on that too much because I have not listened into those rooms. But what I'm going to say is, if they work for, okay. So shoot your shot my way, I could actually do that. Is that what you're talking about, Jasmine? I could actually do the shoot your shot my way.
What is that?
You basically trying to hook up with somebody.
Oh.
Date somebody. Let's do a show, top 10 things men know about women that you don't know. Okay, I could take that. That's cool. I would like to know, who is the prayer chamber? Tell me your name. Tell me your name if you're still watching.
Oh, is that Nicole?
Your uncle said you've been talking since you were 2. That's a good thing.
Oh,
Well, Brittany said I shoot my shot all the time. Girl,
we gonna have to
okay,
talk.
okay.
Yes,
Oh,
look.
hi, Nicole. Thank you for watching. Um, so I'll just thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If nobody else has anything else that they would like to say or any other questions, Brittany, you and I are going to talking about you shoot your shot all the time. They
I
should be
do
shooting
have
their shot at you.
I do have one last question as we close out. First, I want you to know, like I said in the beginning, I'm proud of you. But what I want you to know that God is getting ready to do great exploits for you. I want to know and sum it up in maybe 2 minutes. How do you feel about this show that you did tonight?
What well, I after God told me that I needed to do it, I was
No,
fine
I
with it.
mean now, after it's completed. You're at the
Oh,
end of this show. How do you feel that your interview went?
it went exactly the way I imagined it would go exactly how um I'm glad that the delivery was there. I'm glad that I was able to speak to my people um and explain some things, let y'all know about the transition, what happened to the show this time last year. I'm happy. I feel relief, and I feel like this show is unstoppable. So yeah, that's how I feel.
Okay. So I want to thank you for allowing me to uh, be on your show and kind of host your show tonight. I know I probably won't
Ooh,
get that opportunity
take over my show.
anymore. But I do want to put a plug in for our book. We're getting ready. You look out for us. We're going to do a live as um, Ashley, myself, my sister Ida, and my sister Linda. We're going to do a live and talk about our portion in the book. So you'll be hearing from us soon. And if you have not gotten your book yet, let me make sure I put this up here, right? Try to get it out the light. Confident
I'm gonna
Women
put the link
Rise.
in. Go ahead.
What?
I'm putting the
So,
link in.
oh, you are? Okay. So if you haven't gotten your book, get your book. It's with 20 women. It is a number one bestseller, and the stories in this book are amazing. So get your book today, and we look forward to seeing you again. And Ashley, just keep doing what you're doing, but make sure God is in front of it and that you don't let him get behind you, but stay in front of you.
Thank you. Look at you closing my show out. So again,
I've
guys,
always
thank you so
wanted to
much.
do this.
Thank you so much for being here tonight. I just put the link where you can go to my website and find the book. And also, again, do not forget to sorry, do not forget to subscribe to this channel. If you are new to the show, go ahead and check out the previous episodes. There are some really good episodes on this show. Everybody that watches it loves it. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Send this video and all any other videos to people that you know will love it. No, send it to everybody you know and tell them all to subscribe. That's what we're going to do. And I will see y'all again next week. Hopefully, well, I know who's going to be on next week, but before I say who it is, we're gonna make sure that the thing stays scheduled, the interview stays scheduled. So thank you guys again. DM me, let me know if you would like to be on the Love Experience show. And always, if you're a fan, go ahead and go to Clubhouse where we talk on Saturdays. This is not the show, but it has the same name, The Love Experience. You go to Clubhouse and look up the room, The Love Experience. We are there every Saturday at 1 p.m. where we talk about having relationships and marriages God's way. And let's see, don't forget to get your Love Experience merch too. That's on my website as well. So thank you guys. I love you guys, and I will see you next week. And I got a question for you. What is your love experience? See you guys.